It is no secret that Neymar Jr. is one of the best players in the world with exceptional skills and incredible goals to his name. However, this Brazilian superstar is also known for his over-dramatic reaction to certain situations on the pitch. He has shown time and again how he can go from hero to zero in just a matter of seconds. And we are not exaggerating here. Welcome back to our channel, where we will be taking a look at the top 5 most controversial red cards in Neymar'S career. We'll also share what really happened before each moment and how fans reacted to it. So, get ready for some heated moments and epic comeback. But before we start, remember to give us a thumbs up and support us by subscribing so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Now, let's dive in. Number 5, red card no. 1. Santos versus Corinthians. The year was 2013, and the match was a heated affair between Santos and Corinthians. Tensions were high as both teams battled it out on the field. Suddenly, Neymar found himself in a dangerous position. With only the goalkeeper in front of him, it seemed like he had a clear path to goal. However, as he prepared to shoot, he was unexpectedly tackled by the goalkeeper, leaving Neymar sprawled on the ground. The tackle was rough and aggressive, catching Neymar off guard. But it wasn't just the pain of the tackle that sent him into a rage. It was the perceived injustice of the situation. In his mind, he had every right to score that goal, and the goalkeeper had deliberately taken him out. The red mist descended and Neymar began to lash out, berating the goalkeeper and accusing him of deliberately taking him out. The referee, caught in the crossfire, tried to calm Neymar down, but the player was having none of it. He continued to scream and shout, making it clear that he was not happy with the decision. As the tension mounted, Neymar became more and more agitated. He kicked out at the goalkeeper, connecting with his foot. In a flash, it was over. The referee blew the whistle and brandished a straight red card, sending Neymar off. The crowd erupted in boos and jeers. Neymar's teammates rushed to his side, trying to calm him down, but the damage was already done. Neymar had seen a red card, and the controversy surrounding the incident would only grow in the days to come. No. Red card no. 2. Brazil vs. Colombia. In the quarterfinals of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, the Selecao faced off against Colombia in a highly anticipated match. The tension was palpable as both teams fought tooth and nail to gain the upper hand. And when Neymar went down clutching his back after a heavy challenge, the stadium erupted. The Brazilian superstar had been a key player in the tournament so far, tormenting opposing defenses with his lightning pace and skillful dribbling. But now he lay on the ground in agony, unable to continue. It was a fractured vertebra, a blow that could end his World Cup dreams. But amidst the shock and concern, there was another twist. After reviewing the footage, the match officials determined that the foul that caused Neymar's injury did not warrant a red card. In fact, they opted for a yellow card instead. This decision left many Brazilians furious, feeling that their star player had been robbed of justice. They took to social media, expressing their outrage and disbelief. Some questioned the integrity of the match officials, accusing them of bias or others demanded a second look at the footage, hoping that the decision could be overturned. The controversy quickly escalated, becoming a major talking point in the media. Neymar's injury had already cast a shadow over the match, but the red card decision threatened to turn it into a full-blown scandal. As the debate raged on, one thing was clear. The incident had far-reaching consequences for both Neymar and his team. His absence was keenly felt as Brazil struggled to find their rhythm without him. The controversy surrounding the red card decision only added to the pressure, making it all the more difficult for the team to focus on the task at hand. It was a painful lesson in the unpredictability of sports and the emotional toll it can take on both players and fans alike. On April 19th, 2015, the stage was set for a thrilling match between Santos and The two teams were fierce rivals and the stakes were high. It was a chance to make up for a disappointing draw in their previous game. They needed a win, and they needed it fast. As the game progressed, tensions began to rise. The players were giving it their all, but neither team could break through the other's defense. Then came the 68th minute, a moment that would change the course of the match. Neymar found himself in a promising position, the ball at his feet and the goal within reach. But as he prepared to strike, he was challenged by the opposing team. The tackle was tough, but it was within the rules. But Neymar saw red. The referee had no choice but to brandish the red card, sending Neymar off. Neymar's teammates were stunned. They had lost their star player, and the momentum was shifting. Despite being a man down, Santos refused to give up. They fought valiantly, but in the 82nd minute, Palmeiras scored. The final whistle blew, and the home crowd erupted. Santos had lost, and the blame game began. Many pointed fingers at Neymar, arguing that his actions had cost his team the match. But others defended him, citing the tough challenge he had faced. The controversy raged on, dominating the headlines in the days that followed. Neymar's red card had become a talking point of the town. Some praised his passion, while others criticized his lack of discipline. The incident left a sour taste in everyone's mouth, a stark reminder that even the greatest players are human after all. Number 2, red card no for Paris Saint-Germain versus Marseille. Paris Saint-Germain or PSG were taking on their fierce rivals Olympique de Marseille in a match that promised to be a thriller. The home team PSG were led by their star player Neymar da Silva Santos Jr., better known simply as Neymar. The Brazilian forward was renowned for his dazzling footwork and uncanny ability to find the net. On the other side was Marseille, a team with a passionate fan base and a history of their own. Both teams played with intensity, but it was PSG who struck first. Thanks to a brilliant solo effort from Neymar, the first half ended with PSG leading 1-0. Setting the stage for a tense second half. Neymar went down in the box under a challenge from Marseille's defender, prompting calls for a penalty. However, much to Neymar's frustration, the referee waved play on, believing the Brazilian had flopped. Incensed by the decision, Neymar reacted angrily, gesticulating wildly to the referee. But it was his next move that would prove costly. In a moment of madness, Neymar pushed the Marseille defender who had challenged him earlier. The referee, who had initially ignored Neymar's theatrics, had no choice but to brandish a red card after seeing the Brazilian's violent conduct. The crowd, which had been relatively subdued until then, erupted in cheers and jeers. Neymar's teammates were stunned, and his coach, Thomas Tuchel, was left fuming. Despite being a man down, PSG managed to hold on to their lead, securing a 2-0 victory. But the celebrations were somewhat muted, overshadowed by Neymar's controversial sending off. 1. Red card, no. 5. Paris Saint-Germain versus Strasbourg on May 2020. As the world grappled with the COVID-19 pandemic, football, like many other aspects of normal life, had been put on hold. But on the 16th of May, professional football in France made a comeback. Strict health protocols were in place, and empty stadiums became the norm. Amidst these unusual circumstances, Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG, were taking on RC Strasbourg, Alsace, in a Ligue 1 match. The stakes were high as PSG were in a tight race for the league title with their arch-rivals Olympique de Marseille. The match was evenly poised at 1-1 when, in the 68th minute, Neymar found himself in a promising position. With a ball at his feet, he charged towards Strasbourg goal. But as he entered the box, he was challenged by Strasbourg's defender, Stefan Mit. However, Neymar saw it differently. He collapsed to the ground, clutching his ankle, sending a clear message to the referee: show him a red card. But it was his reaction that truly stole the show. The referee, after consulting the VAR, decided against giving Mitrovic a red card, much to Neymar's dismay. In a fit of rage, Neymar kicked out at Mitrovic, catching him off guard. The crowd, although not present in the stands, could have surely heard Neymar's angry shouts. The referee, having initially cautioned Neymar, had no choice but to brandish a red card after witnessing the Brazilian's violent conduct. As Neymar made his way off the pitch, his frustration was evident. The controversy surrounding the incident quickly escalated. Some saw Neymar's actions as a result of frustration, while others criticized him for bringing disgrace upon himself and his team. The red card not only put PSG at a disadvantage, but also earned Neymar a suspension, keeping him out of crucial matches. In conclusion, Neymar's red cards were the talk of the town. Fans wondered if the superstar would ever learn from his mistakes, or if he was destined to continue his journeyman ways. Only time would tell. Here, that's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and support us by subscribing so you do not miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.